Well, now to our other top story tonight at 6. An awful lot of eyebrows were raised after a story we did just last week on the high cost of what's supposed to be an affordable housing program here in the city of Buffalo. Good evening, I'm Scott Levin.
And I'm Kelly Dudzik. Mary Alice has the night off. Now that program is attracting the scrutiny of a member of the U.S. Congress, as we hear from 2 on Your Side's Dave McKinley.
The bottom line here is the Department of Housing and Urban Development should not release a dime until this is very closely scrutinized and reviewed.
That was Congressman Brian Higgins' reaction to our story of Friday about an audit from City Comptroller Mark Schroeder that revealed the Brown administration spent nearly $5 million to renovate just 11 homes.
That's an average of almost $500,000 per home. It's outrageous.
That seem right to you?
That's a lot of money to do rehab on some city homes, and I saw the report, and the homes that it showed seemed like they were pretty modest homes.
Raising some questions, starting with what could possibly cost so much.
So I'm going to review this audit and ask questions that need to be asked relative to where these costs are coming from.
Mayor Brown blames the requirements of HUD when it comes to things like asbestos and lead paint remediation, such as the $125,000 spent for that alone, as part of the overall $500,000 spent to renovate this home on Fillmore Avenue.
And those requirements drive up the price of rehabilitating very old properties.
But even if that's the case, it raises a second question of whether the program is worth the cost, or if there are more affordable ways to provide more affordable housing than to spend more money to rehab this small home on Fillmore Avenue than you could have spent to purchase this one for on prestigious Lincoln Parkway.
There's no way you can justify expending that kind of money, public or private, on rehabilitation.
And while the city may claim it has no other recourse than to wring its hands,
this is the program. This is what we have to work with.
Higgins is not so content.
Congress has a budget responsibility and an oversight responsibility, and to ensure that the HUD Inspector General has a copy of this audit to review it and scrutinize it very closely before any monies are released for this kind of project.
Under the program, the city uses federal tax dollars from HUD to fix up these homes and then sell them to lower-income residents. But even a beneficiary of this program told us he thought it was wasteful after the city spent $400,000 to fix up the house he was then allowed to buy for $86,000. Noting the vacant lots across the street from him, he told us for that amount of money, they could have built 4 really nice brand new homes and helped more families like ours. Dave McKinley, Channel 2 News.